Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I covered this subject, this report, maybe 2 months ago or so, or 3 months ago, regarding that Russian Sukhoi, I think it was 27, shooting at supposedly malfunctioning the rocket that he released to hit that RAF airplane over the Black Sea. So it was a spy plane, they can call it reconnaissance plane, flying over the Black Sea where they were not supposed to be. But hey, it's international water, they can be over there. That's perfectly legal according to the Western media. And supposedly there were two Russian Sukhoi 27s, I think. I will show you in a minute. And one of these guys misunderstood the order, which was not to shoot, but you can have them, or you have them, or something like this, the translation. Supposedly the British have the recording, but they never released it. But they claim that this guy shot two missiles. One missed, supposedly, because the Russian military sucks and his weapons are garbage, but they can't lose against NATO. And then supposedly the other one malfunctioned, did not nothing happened to it. Now this is according to the Business Insider, and this is reports by the trustworthy British intelligence, the ones that told us about the weapons of mass destructions and so on in Iraq. Remember those guys? Yeah, the same guys, all right? The same institution. They do not provide the audio, but they tell us what the communication between the Russians was. Which again, I'm not going to provide you the audio, but I will tell you what he told about your mother, okay? And you would believe me, right? Because I never lied to you in Iraq or anything like that. Got that? All right, we got that covered. Let's move to the article here. Business Insider. Russia covered up a pilot's attempt to shoot down a NATO aircraft near Ukraine, blaming it on malfunctioning, report says. Yesterday, or the day before, I saw another article, maybe a few days ago actually, when they claim the same guys, the UK, they claim the Russians tried to destroy a civilian, how do I call it, a commercial vessel in the Black Sea, but somehow the Ukrainians defended it with their missiles or something, or rockets or air defense systems. They tried 2 times, supposedly. This is another one that they bring it in the media like, hey, the Russians are trying to destroy, things that are not supposed to. And their equipment sucks. This is, the message here, I guess. But I need more evidence. First, I don't believe shit what the US or British or any intelligence services tells me, including the Russian. Okay? Why? Because they are in the business. One of their little departments over there is disinformation department, okay? They call it differently, love department, freedom department, all kind of Obama department, but that's what they do, all right? Don't know what they do. Now let's go to this little thing here. Russia, okay, let's see what's going on. These are the Sukhois 27, yeah, I was right about it. Beautiful planes, two-seated, one behind the other one. All right, last year, a Russian jet released a missile near a British Royal Air Force reconnaissance aircraft. Why I think that is not true? If it was by these guys, that would have been shut down. Or it was just a warning. Now, you need to do like that kind of warning? I have no idea. But I don't think he missed. I don't think. I'm 99% certain they missed. I mean, if once you lock it and you come close, because you know that's a reconnaissance, that means he can't really shoot back. You can come as close as you want. Remember, they come and close to them, fly in front of them. So these guys to miss, what, they shot from 50 miles away or something? No, they were close by. That's why I don't believe that one. Now, if they shot, possibly they shot with the intention of scaring the guy and get them fuck away. That's what I would say. Because if they wanted to shoot it down, I think that would have been dead meat right there, or toast. And the other one malfunctioned. Yeah, okay. But let's see what these guys are saying. Last year, a Russian jet released a missile near a British Royal Air Force reconnaissance aircraft. Reconnaissance aircraft, no defense system. British Royal Air Force, right? And it released a missile. At the time, then, this is all okay. Russia claimed it was a technical malfunction, an explanation accepted by the UK. But a new BBC, most trusted, report found that the pilot actually tried to shoot down the NATO aircraft but failed. Not impossible, but I think it's highly unlikely. But let's see. Russia covered up a fighter jet's pilot's attempt to shoot down a NATO aircraft near Ukraine. You see, from British, they went to NATO now. Near Ukraine last year, blaming it on a malfunction, the BBC reported on Thursday. Well, I think they got the message after that. The pilot of a Russian Su-27 fighter jet fired two. Before it was only, they didn't fire, he misfired, the malfunctioned. That's how it was a story. Now they say, no, actually fired two missiles at the British RAF RC-135 Rivet joint surveillance aircraft on September 29 last year. At the time, Russia claimed it was a technical, quote-unquote, malfunction, an explanation accepted by the British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace. But three senior Western defense sources with knowledge of the incident, my friends told me about your mother as well. They have knowledge of your mom and everything. You cannot check that. I tell you that. You understand how these things are working? When I say anonymous source told me, or a person with knowledge of the incident told me about your mother. Or am I making shit up? You don't know that. You need to know who that person is and confront that to say, hey, what exactly you know? If you trust me, you trust me. But I suggest you don't trust anybody as a default. Told BBC that the new intercepted communication, they intercepted it after what, a year? Communication revealed that the pilot believed that he had permission to fire at the RAF, but that he missed. One missile did not hit the target, while another one malfunctioned or was aborted the moment after it left the wing. So it left the wing and then blowing. The sources said, my God, these guys are so bad, man, these Russians. The RAF plane, which had a crew of up to 30 people, was flying a surveillance mission over the Black Sea in international space, perfect, legal, like we always are. We always work within the legality of the system, and those guys always break the system, okay? You got that? International airspace, when it came into contact with two Russian Su-27 fighter jets. At the time, the Russian pilots received an apparent command from their ground station controller, who, according to one Western source, that guy that I'm telling you about, your mother, okay? The one Western source told them loosely, and I'm quoting, you have the target, the BBC reported. I think they need more than that. When you are about to release something, it's not you have the target. Yeah, I have the target, shoot. That would be the order, okay? Not I have the target, but this is BBC. But one of the pilots thought it was a command to fire the release on air-to-air missile, an air-to-air missile which successfully launched, but failed to lock on its target. Man, faulty S-27s, the BBC reported. According to radio communication, they talk about my friend right here, okay? They have the radio communication. You have to believe me because I tell you. Picked up by the RAF surveillance plane, the other pilot of the Su-27 swore at his colleague and asked him what he thought he was doing. Now, supposedly the RAF surveillance plane recorded that, but Wallace accepted it. And now we find out that what? So they had a communication since a year ago, but this didn't stop the first pilot from releasing another missile, though this one either malfunctioned or was aborted, the source said. The Ministry of Defense told the BBC that the incident is a, quote-unquote, stark reminder of the potential consequences of Vladimir Putin's barbaric invasion of Ukraine. Stop. The Ministry of Defense told BBC they knew that because they had a recording, didn't they? Didn't they? What recording did they have? They claim they have. So now they say after a year, it's like you're aware of a crime and you wait 1 year, and when you say after a year, hey, you know what, by the way, I have information on that one, you are liable. You could be arrested for that. You're indicted for withholding information, my friends. Or in committing a crime, having knowledge of it. You get indicted and you get convicted for that. You go to prison. So the same, Ministry of Defense. If you had knowledge in September last year and you tell us only now, because now it's somehow the button to make create a certain kind of narrative, you bad. Okay, you bad. At the time of the incident, a U.S. official, another friend that I have, told me about your mother. Okay. Told the New York Times that the near miss was really, really scary. Ooh, my pussy hurts. Okay, it highlighted the lack of professionalism of Russian air forces. The newspaper reported, since the incident, RAF fighters have been escorted by Typhoon fighter jets, which obviously will keep the Russians away. Typhoon will fuck them up, man. Armed with air-to-air missiles. So, and the Typhoon. Remember when? Remember that. I don't see anything here. Where did that say? They didn't provide that audio. Where is that? I read it. Anyway, remember when there were two of those balloons over the United States of America? It was what was F something? I can't remember, F-16 or whatever it was. It was over Huron Lake in the Great Lakes of the United States of America, surrounding Michigan. It's on the east side of the state of Michigan, Huron State. It's between Canada and the United States of America. There was that balloon, or whatever it was, not a balloon, I said an unidentified object, just probably balloon. And they sent two F-16s, if I remember correctly. And this guy released two missiles because the first one missed the target, and it supposedly safely fell on in the Huron Lake. And the other one destroyed the target. So, my man, but hey, those were American ones, not Typhoon. Typhoon, okay, no problemo, supposedly would. All right, my friends, it took me some time, but when I read the initial video, when I look at the initial article, I saw over there something in the Business Insider, that's how I got it, stating that they didn't release the audio. And right now, when I read with you this article, the one that I covered from Business Insider, and this is the one I took, because when I take a snapshot and then I do other things. The initial article, this is the initial article right here that I took it today. Let me show you, right? Actually, like this. This is the article if you can see. No, it's not clear enough. So this is the article. That's the same article that if you go, and you will go because I make you, is this one right here. The same thing. So this is the one. If you look down here, is the same planes, but that's a picture. I can't go lower than that. But that's the airplanes, obviously the ones that are featured. So I featured this one when I got on my laptop and I got the article. A sentence was missing, a very important sentence, and I said at the beginning of this video that they did not provide the audio. And while I was reading with you here, I said, what the hell? I know I read that on my telephone where I got it, and then send it to this, and then from there to that. Anyway, not gonna go through all this. And I checked, I said, wait a second, I gotta find it. And I looked around, and this is what I did. I said, I know that I did it right. What's going on? I went here and I said, I put the same tralala and title, and I checked this article, check this article, check this one, check this one, to find that sentence that I found earlier that caught my attention when I skimmed through this article right here. And then, guess what? I found it in this article, in BBC right here, in the BBC, in the original one. So bear with me, the same, rogue Russian pilot, 8 hours ago. So this is the same article, but comes from the source. And if you go down here, you're gonna read, let me just make it big. The river joint is loaded with sensors to intercept communication. The RAF crew would have been able to listen in the incident, which could have resulted in their own deaths. The Ministry of Defense will not release details of those communications. So they will not release. And here, you see where the river joint thing is. And if you go to the original one, you find it here, where the fire, the two missile river joint surveillance aircraft. Nothing here. Nothing. And I was looking again, I couldn't find that important thing, which is the Ministry of Defense will not release details on those communications. Well, that would be the best way I think to wash my doubts that it occurred the way they say. They would, don't you think you would build some trust if you do that? Confirm, even though, nowadays with AI and all this artificial intelligence and all that, they could create whatever they want. They can have two Russian people speaking over there, and they can say, well, this is the audio. What are going to? How can I verify that? You think I'm paranoid? Okay, well, go around the block halfway only, and you realize what's going on during a war. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't think those guys missed because they missed. I think they either did not shoot, or they shot, as they say, or they shot as a warning shot. But I don't think you spend a $500,000 rocket to warn the British. But you never know. But now they put RAF. Why did they put RAF? Because they're scared. RAF, how do you call not the hurricane, Jesus Christ, the typhoons. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think the Brits will stay. I think one of these British planes will be hit, will be shot down. In the near future, I suspect it will happen. I actually predict it as an accident, or maybe not. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.